Hey guys, this video is going to be a review of Naruto Shippuden episodes 113 through 115, and I said in my last review that I was going to start reviewing it every 5 episodes. And the reason why this one is 3 episodes is because I want to get to like an even 5 so that it'll be easier for me to tell when I need to review, because it'll be every 5 episodes. So this review is only going to be 3 episodes, and it's actually really weird because typically I have 12, 15 something episodes in a review, and this only focusing on 3, there's a lot more in depth, I guess, or I'm focusing on a lot more smaller things that I would otherwise completely not mention because I had so many episodes. Sasuke is back in these episodes, which, okay, I have not been reviewing Naruto since I started watching it. I can't remember when I started actually doing reviews of Naruto. I know that on my blog, I used to write really detailed blog posts when I started my blog my sophomore year of high school. I would write blog posts almost every day, and I was watching Naruto at the time. I think that's the year I started watching Naruto, and so I would go, I would talk about Naruto in those posts, but they weren't Naruto reviews. They were just it was in with all of the other stuff that I was writing about, so I would just write about whatever that day. So I don't know when I started actually reviewing Naruto, so I'm not entirely sure if Sasuke was still in the Hidden Leaf Village when I started reviewing Naruto. I'm sorry for the noise. But so I don't know if I've ever really talked about my feelings for Sasuke as a character, but he used to be one of my favorite characters, and then he probably was my favorite character, just because I found him so interesting. And now with everything and how long it's been, even since I watched those episodes, because it's taking me forever to get through this, I've kind of I don't know, it's just become so distant that I don't really, it's not that I don't care about him anymore, but I've just not really been thinking about him that much because he hasn't been in the episodes and whatnot. Now he's there again, and I'm having to kind of think about how I feel about him as a character, and I just don't know anymore. I think I tweeted that the other day, that I don't know how I feel about Sasuke anymore, and it's just really confusing because he used to be one of my favorite characters, and he still is in a way, because everything that made him my favorite character is still there. He's still a really interesting character, I think, but I'm also just really annoyed with him. And so yeah, I don't know, but I'm really happy that these episodes are there and we're getting to see more of him again, because I do think he's a really interesting character. That was a much longer rant than it was supposed to be. I wasn't even going to talk about any of that, but it just happened. But anyway, I wanted to say that we find out in episode 113 that it's been 3 years since the tuning exam, and I thought that was interesting because I just like having context of years of how long things have been. We also got to see a bunch of flashbacks, which typically I don't like flashbacks, but in this case I was happy for it because it's been hundreds of episodes since that stuff, and so I really liked getting to see it again, because it's not that I've completely forgotten about it. When I see it, obviously I remember it, but it wouldn't have been at the forefront of my mind if I hadn't been shown it. I have to say, I know a lot of spoilers about Naruto, but as time has gone on, I've looked up less and less spoilers because I want to stay more and more clueless to the story. And I think we're finally starting to reach the point where I knew very little about what's happening. I do know some things that are going to happen later, but I did not know about Orochimaru and what was going to happen to him because I don't tend to bother with his story. So I knew something was going to happen. I had a vague idea, but I didn't know what exactly. So I find this interesting. However, I know enough spoilers to kind of know about what's going to happen in the future with that, so I'm not really going to talk about that. thought it was really interesting how we got to see stuff about Orochimaru's past, like when he was a kid, and it almost made me feel sympathetic towards him because, I don't know, like, I don't really now, but as a kid, like, I felt really bad for him, but at the same time, that, like, makes up for nothing that he's done as an adult. So they go to where Sabuza, which I'm probably also pronouncing wrong because I cannot remember how any of these things are pronounced. They go to where he died, and there's the Great Naruto Bridge, which I thought was awesome, but, like, I don't know, I thought Sasuke was, like, staring at it for a while, and I thought that that was interesting. I was just, like, staring at this bridge called the Great Naruto Bridge, and then I think Sugetsu asks him about it or whatever, and he doesn't even say anything. But, I also find it really interesting, like, Sugetsu wants to know who killed Sabuza. I cannot talk. And Sasuke is just, like, not really giving him any information, and I just find that whole, like, dynamic interesting. And then Sasuke, talking about Sasuke being an interesting character, so he goes and warns them about people attacking the next day, and then has Sugetsu, like, fight them all without killing. He specifies not to kill any of them, and I find that all very interesting, like, what Sasuke's, like, attempting to do and everything, and, like, just how Sasuke's mind works and, like, what he does. That, like, things like that are what make him, like, my favorite character. I don't know if he still is my favorite character. He's probably, after these episodes, going to work his way back up there, even though, like, I've more or less forgotten about him in the recent episodes, but I find it interesting that everyone apparently already knows that Sasuke killed Orochimaru, because I don't really know how that guy found that out, because it hadn't been that long of a time gap, and I don't really, like, know who would have been spreading it to everyone, but I thought that was interesting, and it makes me wonder if everyone in the Hidden Leaf knows about it or not, and it would be really interesting to see the reaction to that news. But I think that's all I have to say on these episodes. I feel like this is pretty long, especially for only being about 3 episodes, but I will see you again when I watch the next 5 episodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.